feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene. You guys are watching Lubed for April the 14th, 2024, Season 3, Episode 66, Swept. Yeah, guys, the Vancouver Canucks defeated the Edmonton Oilers in all 4 meetings this year. The question is, are the Edmonton Oilers going to get the last laugh when it comes to the playoffs? Let's hope so. Because it is a little bit concerning considering they couldn't muster up one win against the Vancouver Canucks all season long. Luckily, I have a dentist appointment, so I won't be at work tomorrow. But I'm sure I'm going to hear the chirps on Tuesday from a few of the guys at work, which I guess I'm just going to have to brace myself for it. Yeah, it kind of sucks the fact that they could not muster up one single win in this game here, or in this season. They got 3 more games left. So basically the way it works out, if they are to win the Pacific Division, they would need Vancouver to lose their final 2, and they would have to run the table. So it's likely that it's not going to happen. And the Oilers will not win the Pacific Division, which means they will face the LA Kings. About a 95% chance now that they will face the LA Kings in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs that start literally in 6 days from now. Pumped. I can't wait to get into this, man. This is going to be good. This is a good year too. Like, so many storylines. The New York Rangers are doing very well. Toronto's going to meet up with Florida for a rematch, it looks like. We're going to get into all that kind of stuff when we get into the segment 1 week away. Of course, we're going to talk about the Oilers and Canucks game, to my dismay. And then I got a new poll, and we're going to give you also some results from a previous poll. And I still don't have any affirmation or any results regarding the playoff pool. I'm hoping to get something soon. Like, this is getting pretty close to it. And then, of course, the Oilers will take on the San Jose Sharks tomorrow night at the Rogers Place. And then I hope you guys are willing to chime in tonight. Hopefully you do, and we can discuss the fact that the Oilers lost to the Canucks 4 times out of 4 times this year. So, not very impressive. Not very impressive at all. Let's get into this. Let's try to get this out through and done with. As the Oilers lose to the Canucks by a count of 3-1. Not exactly a stellar outing. Of course, they were missing McDavid, but you know what? That's no excuse because the Canucks were missing Thatcher Demko. The Canucks just knew how to smother the Oilers out in this game, and they did a hell of a job. They know how to play the Oilers game, which is huge. It's very, very huge. All right, let's get into this. We'll start off with the very first goal of the game, which happened to be by the Vancouver Canucks, making it 1-0 in the first period at 19:44, so near the very end. It was tight. That first period was extremely tight. Sam Lafferty would get his 13th, assisted by Nikita Zadorov and JT Miller. 1-0 Vancouver. They would also make it 2-0 here in the second period from P.S. Sutter. Assist would go to Tyler Meyer. And I'm thinking, really? Is this happening again? The Oilers would get 1 goal here. Again, Evander Kane. He's been absolutely probably one of the best players in the last 3 or 4 games for us, considering not much other scoring has been happening. Like, Evander has been doing it. I don't know if he's a little fired up after the little altercation he had with Perry, but he's been playing very well, and I have no complaints with him. Anyway, he would get his 24th, assisted by Connor Brown, who's starting to warm up too, which is good, and Darnell Nurse. However, this would end with an empty net goal by the Vancouver Canucks as Dakota Joshua getting his 17th on an empty netter from Elias Lineholm and Connor Garland. Your final score, 3-1 Canucks. They sweep the season series. To the Edmonton Oilers, and I'm going to hear it from the boys at work on Tuesday. Guarantee I'm going to hear it. They're not going to let this one live down. So I'm just hoping that the Oilers can get some retribution when it comes to the playoffs. That would be ideal. All right. When it comes to the statistical breakdown of this game, we'll start off with the shots on goal, where the Edmonton Oilers actually did pepper a few more shots than the Vancouver Canucks with a count of 33-27. When it came to hits, this was crazy. When I looked at this number, I was like, wow, this is huge. 50 hits by the Edmonton Oilers, 42 hits by the Vancouver Canucks. So those guys were attacking each other very, very harshly. I've never seen a number like that. 50-42 for hits, and the Oilers actually edged out the Canucks. When it comes to the face-off win percentage, the Canucks edged us out 53.6%. When it came to the power play, the Edmonton Oilers were 0 for 2. However, they were also 0 for 2 on the penalty kill, bringing them to 100% for that. So it was kind of a even Steven kind of deal there. When it comes to the blocked shots, Canucks out blocking the Oilers 21-8. And because I came to this conclusion that, well, if the Oilers are peppering more shots, obviously the team is going to have a higher block shot ratio. So I actually calculated the block shot ratio, and the Canucks blocked 64% of the shots that the Edmonton Oilers peppered their way, compared to the Edmonton Oilers, is that 30? Yeah, 30%. So that right there kind of tells a tale of the tape. Like, the Canucks protected their net 64% of the time compared to the Edmonton Oilers 30% of the time. So I'm going to continue to do that little calculation there going forward, because I think that's huge. Understanding exactly what's going on with the block shot ratio is huge. Okay, let's get into the stars. I'm going to give this one to Dylan Holloway. He had 5 hits. He never really registered a point, but he was all over the ice. He looked really good. He looked engaged. Got to give it to him. My second star, I'm going to give it to Stuart Skinner. He had 26 saves for a .923 save percentage. I thought he played extremely well. I think deserving enough of getting a star. And of course, my first star is the only goal scorer that we got, which was Evander Kane. He had the 1 goal. But a lot of players played very, very well in this game, and I'm not going to complain. I do want to give a shout out to the Edmonton Oilers fan base at Rogers Place, because I was actually going to name them as the number 1 star. There was chants going out throughout the building, "Let's go Canucks," and it was pretty quickly subdued with the "Let's go Oiler" chants. And it was an amazing atmosphere for that building. So good on you guys. Really good job. Really good fan support. That is awesome. So yeah, I was totally impressed with the audience. I honestly, I wish I could get to Edmonton and get to a game. That would be so sweet. Okay, so up next, they play the San Jose Sharks tomorrow night. And again, this is still in Edmonton. What do we say about San Jose? I honestly don't know what to say. I mean, this team seems to struggle with the weaker teams, so I'm hoping the Oilers can pull off a win here. But if you do remember, a very infamous game back in November that led to the dismissal of Jay Woodcroft was against the San Jose Sharks. That put the Edmonton Oilers into 32nd place. Now, that was then. This is now. We want to try to forget about what we dealt with back in November, but the fact is that was only a few months ago. So I'm hoping the Edmonton Oilers can pull off a huge win against this team. This team is not very good. They should be able to run them down, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, guys. Well, we are 1 week away. 1 week away where the hockey becomes the best of the year. The Stanley Cup playoffs will start next Saturday. And I cannot emphasize this more. It is literally the best time of the year. The Edmonton Oilers, I don't know what the schedule is, but the Edmonton Oilers look like they're going to be set to take on the LA Kings in the Stanley Cup. Now, I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown. I know I've been always covering the Western Conference, but I'm going to give you a little rundown of what's going on in the East. So right now, it looks like the New York Rangers have probably the best chance of winning the President's Trophy with 112 points right now, which means they would face currently the Washington Capitals. And I emphasize that currently because there's still a 4-team race to that last and final wild card between Washington, Detroit, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh. The results from tonight's games should probably alter that, but yeah, it's still a race, whereas the Western Conference is settled. We know who in the West is going to represent, what teams are going to represent the Western Conference. So right now you got, like I said, you got the New York Rangers taking on the Washington Capitals. You got the Boston Bruins taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Florida would have home ice against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Carolina would have home ice against the New York Islanders. So that gives you an idea of what's going on in the East. As far as the West goes, right now you have the Dallas Stars with 111 points. So they're still well, they got one more chance. I think Rangers. How many games does Rangers have? Rangers have one more. So basically one for each. So if the Rangers lose and the Dallas Stars win, Dallas Stars may win the Presidents. But regardless, the current status right now, the Dallas Stars are in first place in the West, scheduled to take on the Vegas Golden Knights. The Vancouver Canucks will be scheduled to take on the Nashville Predators. The Edmonton Oilers to take on LA, and of course, the Winnipeg Jets now are on top, and I don't think I made that quick adjustment, but would have home ice against the Colorado Avalanche as they are 1 point up on the Avs. So that's a pretty significant thing. I did not update my one graph that I'll have towards the end, but I will remind you when I get to that graph. So yeah, it's shaping up to be something crazy. I think this is going to be one amazing playoff year. I think it's going to be storyline after storyline after storyline. And I'll make that into the channel. I will do around the league or around the other teams in the league. Somehow I'll fit it into the channel. So it's going to be good. I love this time of year. This is my favorite time of year. Okay, so that means we go to the latest polls and the latest standings. Obviously, the standings that I do is incorporated to the Western Conference. But I'm also going to do a previous poll result here and just kind of give you where you guys voted and how you guys thought on that particular situation. I feel that I should give you guys the results of certain poll vaults. So let's get into that. So obviously, again, I'm still waiting to get. I checked again today, still haven't seen anything. So I'm starting to become very skeptical because there is now only 5 days away, and they're not advertising it. I don't know what they're planning this year for the playoff pool if they're going to do the same thing. But as soon as I get word, guys, if it is a go, I will let you know. If by the time the end of the season comes and there's still nothing up, I'm going to assume it's a no go. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so the current standings, you got the Edmonton Oilers sitting in second. I don't think that they're going to progress past the Vancouver Canucks. So it looks like they will play the LA Kings. Vegas is going to play the Dallas Stars. That's going to be an interesting series. I think they're going to get crushed by the Stars. Dallas is very good, and we saw what they did to the Edmonton Oilers a few weeks back. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's still a week left of games and still some jockeying for position, but we'll see what happens. So for the community poll, I have this one question for you guys. And you can scan the QR code or you can go directly to my YouTube page. But the question is, what Western Conference team do you fear the most should the Oilers cross paths? And I didn't write down the teams, but I do have the options here. Do you think that the Colorado Avalanche will be the toughest team? Do you think the Dallas Stars will be the toughest team? Vancouver Canucks or the Vegas Golden Knights? Which team do you think is going to be, and guaranteed they're going to meet possibly three of these teams? I don't know who's going to come out of Dallas and Colorado, but I think whoever comes out of that is going to play. And then they're going to have to face Vancouver or Vegas, I would think, at some point in time. So we'll see. Well, you'd think anyway. So, yeah, go ahead to my community page, place your vote. I will definitely give you the results on the next episode when it comes to that particular episode or that particular question. That brings me to the Evander Kane question I had a few episodes back. Is Evander Kane becoming a locker room disruption, or is it competitive will? 52% of you guys did vote that he is a disruption, and 48% said it's competitive will. So it's very, very close in that regard. Thanks for chiming in, guys. That was actually a very good turnout for voting. I'd like to see a little bit better turnouts for all my votes that I do. Again, scan that QR code. If you feel uncomfortable scanning the QR code, because I know people are worried, it could be leading to a virus or something like that. I get that. I totally get that. I'm not leading you to a virus, but you can manually type in the URL link and go to my YouTube page and go from there. Okay. We're going to move on to who's up next, and it is the San Jose Sharks, team that has been really, really not very good this year, to say the least. They actually suck. They suck really bad. And I hate to say that, but they do. They're on a rebuild. When they basically gave up Erik Karlsson to the Pittsburgh Penguins, I was basically right there and then you could see that, hey, yeah, like that's their intention. They're rebuilding. So it's not a good situation going in San Jose, not happy times. However, the San Jose Sharks seem to have the Edmonton Oilers number, as they beat them a couple times this year, I believe. And we're going to go over some of their statistical aspects as the record going into this game, San Jose is going to have a 1952-9 record. Ooh. That's a bad record. And unfortunately, one of those 19 wins came at the expense of the Edmonton Oilers and the job of Woodcroft, which sucks to think about it, but it's true. Like, yeah, they beat the Edmonton Oilers back in November, which costed Jay Woodcroft his job, and it turned out for the better. I mean, we've been pretty good as a team since that point. The Edmonton Oilers record, of course, 48, 25, and 6. The Oilers on a bit of a losing streak, losing the last two. The San Jose has lost the last one. Devin Cooley is expected to be behind the pipes for the San Jose Sharks with a record of 2-1-1. So this is one of those goaltenders that they're trying out. 3 goals against average, 918 save percentage. Stuart Skinner, obviously, with the rest, is going to be playing tomorrow. 35, 15, and 5 with a 258 goals against average and a 907 save percentage. 2 shutouts. Now, that's to be determined by Chris Knobloch. To be honest with you, I would be surprised if Stuart Skinner actually does play tomorrow. I think they would probably want to save him for the bigger games against Colorado and Arizona this week, the last 2 games. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm willing to bet that Stuart Skinner will not be in this game. Where do we go with the stats? What's the best stat that the San Jose Sharks have? Okay, so they're 19th in the league on the power play. That's one for offense. That's one of their best stats. 19th. That's their best statistical thing, and that's the power play. And then 21st in the league for penalty minutes. So, yeah, it's a team it's a mess. It's a team that's rebuilding. Mike Greer, former Edmonton Oiler, he's the GM of that team, and he's now trying to captain that team or I guess build that team to a reputable situation like they were a few years ago when they had Brett Burns and they had Pavelski and Thornton and Marlowe. That's when the San Jose Sharks were an amazing team. But right now, they're definitely in the tank and they hope to find a way out of it. Okay, guys, let's go into final thoughts here. As I'll see if you guys have any comments. If you don't, there's no comments tonight. But there you go. There is, and I nearly actually screwed this graphic up again for 2 episodes in a row, but I caught it just at the last minute. But that is your playoff pairings right now. As it stands, all the other teams in the Western Conference do not have a chance to make the playoffs. These are your playoff teams for the Western Conference. Whether they align that way, we're going to find out in 6 short days. But yeah, right now as it stands, Vegas will take on Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars, of course, will have home ice advantage. The Canucks will have home ice advantage against the Preds. The Avs will have that is the one error there. Winnipeg now has home ice advantage over the Avs. So just a correction note on that. And of course, the Edmonton Oilers have home ice advantage on the Los Angeles Kings. This should be, I'm actually really pumped for this playoff year. I think this is going to be something to really talk about. Yeah, this has been a very interesting year. Like, let's be honest with you. The Edmonton Oilers, the way they started and how they were able to rally and come back, like, wow. So amazing. All right, guys, if you are new to this channel and enjoy the content I bring, I urge you guys, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You guys would be doing me a huge service. Those of you who have been with me through thick and thin, thank you for staying aboard. I continue to try to make myself better, more presentable for you guys. so that the content that you watch is not boring. That's the main purpose of doing a channel. Other than that, I think I'm out of here. I will be back on Tuesday night to do a recap of the San Jose Sharks game. They better win. They better win, or I'm going to be a little bit angry going into that one. Anyway, guys, you have a great evening. We will talk to you Tuesday night. Have a good one.